you're creating something new, right?
Right.
Your logo, your packaging, all of this is important. What people see online, if you was to have a stick figure, oh, it's gonna be good.
With the boss's view, you gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Can't see that?
All right, guys, welcome to the YMA Nation podcast, episode 104.
104.
I can imagine, like, when we get to it, we'll be like, episode 200.
200.
Guys, thank you so much for logging on with us today.
Hey, you got to have fun and enjoy life.
Absolutely.
Got to. Okay.
Today is Wealth Building Monday, and I am Joe Wallace,
Sure.
and this is
Rebecca Wallace.
she excited today. Don't give her no more coffee. That is it on the coffee. Guys, if you're on right now, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay, give them like 3 seconds because it only takes about like subscribe. That's
Yeah.
it.
I was talking to someone today, and they were talking about a podcast. I was like, I don't never see you like hashtag down in the comment section or anything. Do you even like it? They're like, no, just watch the show. I like, man, the show tell you to like, comment, and subscribe. So we appreciate you being subscribed, but please like and comment on. It helps the algorithm. It helps the show, the trend higher. We are almost at 2,000 subscribers. So like, comment, and subscribe. If this is your first time or if you're on and been following us and you have not subscribed yet, subscribe. It takes a second.
Yeah, and we got a little something for everybody.
Yes. Today we are talking about breaking into the market.
Breaking into the market,
So for you entrepreneurs and business owners, or you just someone out there that have an idea and be like, man, I have an idea for this service or this product. How do I break into the market? How do I get it out there? How do I get sales, right? That's what it's all about. No matter what you're doing, you have to sell your service or your product. How do I break it into the market? So I'm going to give you guys the guidelines. I'm going to give you guys the infrastructure. I'm going to give you guys the basis of how to get it done. But you need to understand these small factors and these intricate details that I'm going to cover. All right, so let's start off. First off, you got to have a proper structure. So for your business, you got to file your business. Either you're going to be a corporation, LLC, get the business filed properly.
Gotcha.
Get your business. And if you don't know how to get it filed, or you just have an idea and don't know where to start, go to www.ymafinancial.com or give them a call at 864-249-1439. The experts in business startup and expansion.
Yep, they can help you.
Definitely. So make sure you file your business. If your idea, if you need to get it trademarked, you need to understand all of those factors. Next thing is you need to make sure that there's a demand for your service or product.
Okay.
I mean, if you have an idea, is it something that's valuable that people actually are going to buy? Like, man, I got this great thought. Nobody has done it yet. I'm about to create a remote control thing for the air conditioner. All right. You know, people could do that from their apps now, from their cell phones. So you have to make sure that there's a demand for your product or your service. So that's also key. The next thing, and to understand that, get a business plan. because your business plan will have your marketing information to tell you if there's a demand or not for your product or service, and make sure that you know how to get access to the startup capital.
Gotcha. Okay.
Again, YMA Financial does all of this.
All right.
So if you don't have the funds to start your idea or your business, YMA Financial will help you obtain the funds for your startup costs.
Okay.
Now, so those are the little small things, the intricate details. Now let's get into breaking into the market. First thing, to break into a new market, you do not always have to reinvent the wheel. So there's a caveat to that. There's two sides of seeing that. So it depends on how far you're trying to push this dream of yours.
Can I jump in?
Definitely jump in. Let's hear it.
Okay. So when I'm thinking of this topic, because I'm a licensed real estate agent, I'm a realtor, and you know that market is very saturated. I mean, you have realtors everywhere, right? I think of, you know, how you have to be different than the next person, or like what services you offer that make you different from that next realtor.
Right.
So you don't reinvent the wheel because everyone takes the same classes. Everyone has to go get their license. Everyone has to go through the LLR and, you know, pay their dues and all of that, right? And then you have to pick a brokerage that you're going to be with. And most large brokerages, they have created a system that they built over like years and years of, you know, trial and error and things like that. So a lot of times if you just take what you learn from that brokerage and you just follow the course, then you can be successful in what you do.
Right. And there's enough out there for, you know, for people. There's millions of people, right, in this country. So
Right.
but what separates that person from that one who works a 9-to-5 job or a 9-to-6 job and say, I'm going to do this part-time, and if I could find some edge of success in it, then I could possibly leave my job and do this full-time. And I think that's the dream of almost everyone that takes that step.
Right.
But what separates you from that person, like they start and they're doing like one closing per every maybe 4 months, and you can't survive on that.
Right.
One closing, unless you like in California and you sell like a $900,000 home every 4 months, then yeah. But outside of that, like, and how many people are doing that?
Right.
So you have to think, what's going to separate me? Now, if I was an agent, I would probably send like a chauffeur in a car, you know, a long stretch car.
Don't be stealing none of my ideas now. Don't be giving these people my ideas.
And go and pick my clients up, and we're going to go around, and we're going to sit in the back, and we're going to eat some strawberries and grapes and talk about the market while we got the screen up in the back of the car. We're going to, this is where we're going next, and that's where we're going next. We're going to look at this property. I mean, I'm just thinking outside of the box that separates you from that average agent, because there's, even in the upstate, there's hundreds of, if not thousands, of agents in this area, and they're all fighting for like these properties and these clients. Okay. So, but I did want to say, I say you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but there's a strategy out there, which I want to go to my guy, billionaire, Elon Musk. His approach is every venture that he touches, it can't be just the average. Revolutionize everything. It can't be just like something. So when he put his hands on something, it's something that's going to change the dynamics of that industry.
Right.
He put $1 billion into artificial intelligence back in 2019. $1 billion, because he see that's the future. And it's not going to be the average thing. It's talking like a cloud-based. And this is like, I'm talking about beyond what we see today, and like the software online, a cloud-based AI system that controls everything and thinks that's like phenomenal just to even think on that level. So, but if he touched something, it's going to be not the average. So you can take the approach to say, I'm getting into an industry. I'm just kind of like ease my way into it. I'm going to do this and do that. I don't really have to try to like create a whole new mold. Or you could be that person that say, you know what, when I come into this, I'm going to dominate it.
Right.
And we're going to get into that because I love that perspective of whatever you're going into doing, dominate, have that mindset. I need to dominate this industry. I don't care if you're playing sports, be the top player out there. If like everything that you put your hands on, try to be the best at it. So let's keep going.
What I like is, or what this kind of makes me think of is on your Facebook when you did the story the other night, and you were talking about the excuse, like you can't say I want to be an entrepreneur, but then, well, I get off work and I'm tired and I don't feel like you have to put even more effort into being an entrepreneur than working a 9 to 5. Like 100 times more the effort, because now that's your survival, right?
I started off checking it every other week, just like most people do. Then it got out of control. I couldn't help myself. I started checking it day after day after day. I didn't realize that I was becoming addicted until my wife said something.
What did she say?
She said, it's just a credit score, relax.
Are you checking your credit score?
Huh? Hold on.
So if you just want to work a 9 to 5, then work a 9 to 5, because I can tell you from experience that as an entrepreneur, that doesn't exist.
It's not easy. but I would say too, it depends.
Not saying that
on,
it can't at some point.
No, it definitely can be done. But what I want to say, it depends on what you're trying to achieve.
Right.
So if you use yourself as an example, you're not trying to be the average agent out there.
Right.
The average agent could just sell a house a month. Mm-hmm. But if you set a goal that's extremely high, and let's say I got to push myself to achieve these high goals,
right,
then yeah, it's going to take that extra work. So if you're trying to dominate your market, what's going to separate you? You're going to have to put in work. Elon Musk said the same thing when people was out there partying in his 20s. He didn't care about that. He was focused on his future.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you have to be that person and say, no, like, what's more important? I need to prioritize everything to achieve my long-term goals.
Right.
And that's you're going to breathe that. You're going to sleep that. That's the only thing that matters outside of God and your family.
Right. You're going to focus. Like
that keep focus.
Super focus.
Okay. Elon Musk, I use him because everything he does with the crypto, with the space station, like he's thinking not of himself right now. Like he'll be gone. Oh, man. He invested into brain chips. I'm telling you what they're thinking, and he actually said this in an article where after your body passes on, your brain and everything, the memories could be passed on into a chip to keep you moving.
Wow.
So, they're focusing on AI, robotic technology. Imagine taking all your thoughts and inputting it into a software, the AI software, and that bot becomes everything that you have experienced throughout your whole life. And I know maybe 200 years from now, if this earth still exists 200 years from now, there'll be flesh, not real flesh, maybe plastic or whatever it is, but a body with that same software where you just pass on. This is my thoughts that if I could think of the future, I could sell this product for probably, I don't know, $100 million. And really, people will go out their way to get this.
Right.
Right. I can give you this bot here for $100,000, and you'll be able, your memories, you'll be able to feel, and have those experiences. But this thing only lasts for like 5 years. Or I could say you this one for $1 million, and this one go last you for 15 years.
Yeah.
And then we got the one that's $10 million for the people out there who can afford it. Guys, this one could last for 30 years. So imagine the human mind being able to still experience the things that we feel now, laughter, love, all of these things that make us human. Imagine being able to experience that for another 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, or you got $100 million, and I could set you up for another 150 years. If I had $100 million, I'm paying that.
Right.
I'm paying that. Okay, let's keep going. God, I know y'all loving this, though. I know you're loving it. So breaking into the market, you got to understand your target, like who's buying, the target audience. Who's going to buy this from me? So we talking about this AI system. Who's going to be buying this, right? Everybody can't afford that $5 million, but maybe some people can afford 100,000,
right?
And they pay on it, right? We create some payment plans. But you got to understand your target audience, and that breaks down to the demographics, understanding like the age group, who's buying. So if I have a product, if I have this cup, who's the average person that's paying for this? And you don't have to guess because there's so much data out there
already
that you could just buy the data.
They already research it. It's there.
It's there for you.
All you have to do is
pay for it.
Or
do your own.
Yeah,
right?
do your research.
But the info is out there, guys. Who's buying this? What age group is it? What race? Believe it or not, you need to understand the race, because I can't sell weave into a group of white people, or not white people, but white women. They may buy some, but what's my main consumer? So if I have the data and they say that African American females between the age of 16 to 25 is the majority of my buyers for weave.
And that's the same thing with
everything.
Like lashes. Like if you sell lashes, you know that it's going to be like from 16, 17-year-old to maybe like 30 to 35 maybe.
Right.
Once you hit over that, then
who's actually putting right. But you got to understand that because
market.
You can't go after a group of people and try to advertise or market to a certain area online on a website that is people that's browsing that website is 40 years old and older.
And also it is important if you're going to have like a storefront, some type of storefront where you sell products and things of that nature, to understand who lives in the area.
Yep.
What is the storefront around? Are you in an older community where you have a lot more elderly people or people over 60, or are you in a community that's more younger generation?
All of that goes
20
back
to 30 year olds.
Socioeconomics.
Yep.
Socioeconomics, knowing your area. I should know everyone in this area by like the age group. Mm-hmm. I should know that 34% is African American, 48% is Caucasian, 9% is Asian. Like I should know all this information. So if I want to have a storefront, then I want the storefront to cater to the majority.
Y'all taking notes?
Socioeconomic status.
Do it.
You also should know the income of that area. Right?
Right.
Because I can't have a storefront that's selling like jewelry. I'm just saying jewelry as an example, like high class, high end jewelry.
Right.
And then the people in the area, there's a project here down the street, and there's a project, and the average median, the income in that area is like $25,000.
Right.
Who's my buyer? I'll be there for 6 months and close.
Right.
But if I could be on a beach.
This is great, because this is the same with
real estate,
because you base how you list the price on comps.
Right.
How do you comp? Based on what has sold within the last 6 months in that area. So you can't go in and sell a house for $350,000 if the houses within a half a mile radius have sold for $150,000.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just
it
has to make sense.
Right, exactly. The other thing that's important about understanding your target is to understand the group that's buying. Are they single or married? A lot of people don't think that far into it.
That's important.
That is definitely important because if you have a product, say if you are a travel agent,
Right.
and you're going to, if you're, I don't know, like if you're selling like packages to Disney, Busch Garden, and the majority of those people are families.
Right.
So you want to try to target a group of people that's married, right? That can afford
Children.
it.
Right.
So it's definitely, and not saying that you can't get sales from people that's single, but you want to understand the majority.
Right.
The majority rules. All right. Breaking into the market, we're going to go into your brand design. So you're creating something new, right?
Right.
Your logo, your packaging, all of this is important. What people see online, if you was to have a stick figure, oh, it's going to be good.
Oh my gosh. Y'all. Somebody. No. While he's doing that though, you see it look, we always reference Shark Tank because you can
Learn a lot.
right? Because people have been in business and they understand what you need, but they do talk about the branding. They talk about,
Everything we're talking about right now.
right. But they talk about like if someone brings a product on, they'll talk about like the packaging of the product, how much it costs them to package the product or manufacture the product. And all of that cost analysis is very important when you're looking at your numbers. And
If you drive by on your way home and you are trying to find a barber and you see a sign like this, I mean, I don't know if I'm stopping to get a haircut at this location. Right? Like, what the world? Like, that's probably ghetto in there. I would go in there, they're going to be smoking and doing everything else inside that barbershop. I think I'm going to I'll go to the one that's out the way that I know I'm going to get a professional haircut. But
while YMA Financial can help you with all of your business
branding,
needs, do not have Joe draw your graphics.
No, that's why we have a team. That's why YMA Financial has a team of designers that does that. That's specialized in their areas. So
yeah,
you don't want, if someone sends you this as your artwork,
just fire them.
Just fire them, or like just move on. So be careful if you're going on Fiverr and someone sends you something like this because you paid $5 for a logo. But on a serious note, it is important. The way people see the presentation of your business is highly important. So when you ship someone a product, make sure it's shipped professionally. Make sure that the packaging is professional. And that's it.
That's it.
Told you it was going to be a good show.
Yeah.
Told you, and thank you for your feedback, too.
Yeah.
So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Now, go and be great. You got all the information. You got the tips. If you need or if you have questions, you can always go on our website, www.ymafinancial. You're trying to chase your dreams, build a business, become an entrepreneur. If you don't have good credit and like, well, how am I going to get access to the funds? Masters Credit Consultants can help you out with that too. Their number is 864-249-9466. You can check them out at www.masterscredit.com. And guys, hashtag YMA Nation down in the comment section and make sure that you are entered into our free cash giveaway every month.
Yes.
I didn't want to just end it, so I said I know you always like to throw something in at the end. But guys, thank you, and we will see you on Wednesday for Real Estate Wednesday.
You gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association.